one more time. Yeah, you know the thing. Anyway, we're at 51 backers, 2,963 and almost 3 days. 4 days to go, less than 4 days. I think at 3 o'clock today, it'll change over to 3 days. Only 3 days left on the Devil Flyer campaign on Fund My Comic. Devil Flyer with Devil's Weapon, epic, size 48 page, one shot. Still lots of goodies up there. Get yours today. Get those John Dillard cards, promo cards. We're going to take a look at some more of my collection here. I think this is coming up where you can see it. Wait a minute. Have to switch over. There we go. Now you'll be able to see it. There you go. So here we have the thing number 6. Yeah. Some thing books. Jaguar God. Look at that. Glenn Dezang. Frank Frazetta, I believe. Verotic Comics. Jaguar God. Love those. Just love the covers. Oh, that's a Bisley cover. Okay, maybe these are Bisley covers done in a Frank Frazetta style. Wonderful things, though. Wonderful. Good way to start off here. Look at that. That is a Frank Frazetta character, though. Oh, whoa. Okay. Another copy of that, I guess. All right. Can't have a. Oh my. Tatas. Verotic Illustrated. There's another Jaguar God. Hurriedly go through these. This has some TNA on them. But very nice. Very nice stuff. That's a Jack Kirby cover. Dark Covenant number 8, I guess. All right. Let's check the chat. Margot, lovely Margot. Hey, I looked on YouTube at just the right time. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, dear. If you like to see comics. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Luke Cage, Power Man. These are comic books from my collection. Great thing is, we can see that's Gil Kane and Mike Esposito cover going up against the dreaded Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth. Cobalt Blue. This is an early, late 70s, I guess. Yep, 77. Independent book, non-glossy cover, 50 cents from Power Comics. Cobalt Blue. In this issue, also the mask that predates the Eclipse mask that would later come out. I believe it was from Eclipse. Image Supreme there, number 4. 3. There's a Thor Corpse, number 1, with Beta Ray Bill and Thunderstrike and Thor. Old Superman, 25 center. These are, that's a Kurt Swan cover, I believe. Big issue there. Mike Nasser cover. He looked like, his style looked like, no, that's Rich Buckler. Wow. Okay. Mike Nasser did some of these. Rich Buckler and Joseph Rubinstein, looking very, like Neil Adams. Challenge of the Unknown with Swamp Thing and Dead Man were in some of these issues. That's issue 83. Here's Storm. That's a nice little cover, newer book. Storm, Aurora, before she became Storm, her sort of telling, her growing up in poverty and being used by the Shadow King and all like that. 4-issue miniseries. New X-Men Academy. They've come out with so many things. Here's New X-Men Academy there during the nice Conan here. Conan the Adventurer #9. Well, this is stock. It's Conan. This looks like an early Barry Windsor Smith. These are probably reprints. Where the Wrath of the Bull God. Mary Jane. No telling what these are mixed up. I don't know exactly. Wait a minute. If you can't see these, if for some reason they, it's kind of disconcerting trying to do these. Got a bunch of that one. #1. There's Wendy, the Good Witch. Good little witch. Forget Oz, meet the Wizard of Iz. That's #6 from Harvey. Black sensitive cover. I mean, looks brand spanking new. That was, and these are things that I bought. That I acquired after my fire. 2 copies of that one. Casper and Friends. As kids bought these things, that's the only ones that really bought them, unless you had a collector that really enjoyed this type of stuff. Look at the condition of that, brand spanking new from the 80s. It could have been the 90s, probably 80s though. I don't know, but this is great condition on these children's books. That generally 2 copies of that one, 3 copies of that one. Good, all in great shape. Here's #9. I mean, that's got a little breakage of color there, but it's not bad. Probably from being on the stands to a barcode. Yep, it was sold on the stands. And that's common because that's where you kind of bent the books to see what was behind the books, They all got bent after a while, sometimes severely. But these Caspers and another copy. There we go. Touch of Silver. This was like a Jim Valento. Touch of Silver. They did an ash can, and he put some DC Comics on the covers, like and it was they got a cease and desist. He had to switch this up here with the Image Comics. That's him as a boy, actually. Photos of him. Fell asleep on his kind of his story growing up. Interesting looking cover choices for this series. Records. There's one. Yeah, he had to put other comics there. The young artist there at work. He had to put Image Comics there, Big Bang Comics, Image, Shadowhawk, which he created Shadowhawk. Unfortunately, in this box, there's not the ash can. DC did tell them to cease and desist. This is an Omnipress book. Nobody. Star Gods, #2. Conquest Comics. Okay, Conquest Comics. There's your lizard representation. Well, I guess. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, okay. No, that's your Viking representation. It looks like Thor. Leave it to chance. This is pretty cool. Kind of about Homage Comics. Almost reminds me of like I don't know. It's I like that. Dogs of War. I've actually read this. This was Billy Tucci, Crusader Comics, or Crusade Comics rather. This was a book that they came out with. It's pretty neat. I like it. I read it. It's There's Bone. There's an early Bone, number 14, from Cartoon Books. And then I believe Image took over Bone. But now this is the first, plus Grimjack. Grimjack was, there's Mike Gustavich doing inks on this cover. Star Slayer, The Log of the Jolly Roger, number 12 from First Comics. Early Grimjack story in there. Back up. Shatter. Shatter was the first digitally produced comic book. This is all digital art in and throughout that was Shatter's claim to fame. Interesting visuals on this character here. His eyes seem to be covered. Twilight Man from First Comics. 4-issue series. Rare Harrier Comics. Harrier had the little bird up there. Independent book. Evidently sold in the UK too, because it's got UK price on there, 7.70 pence. Very obscure though, low print run. I'm sure. Here's number 2, number 3, number 4. Nice cover there. Number 5. I like this obscure stuff. Number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 9, number 9. Some of you will get it. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. I think it was BAM Comics, BAM, I believe. This right here, believe it or not, is, I know it's a little out of focus, and Jerry Ordway. BAM. There we go. BAM Productions or whatever, BAM. That's a Jerry Ordway cover. Don't know how it was colored. I don't know if Jerry Ordway colored it, or I guess he did, old school. Have you seen Adam and Eve? That's a Jerry Ordway cover back in 1985. Jerry Ordway cover. Take a look. Rex, you can't see anything. Oh gosh. That sucketh. You can't see anything on the screen. All right. It's not out of focus because it's not on the screen. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. See, this is a process. All right. Shoot. Share screen again. Golly. No, I don't want that. Let's see. Entire screen. Do this. Push share. Because I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Now you're seeing it, right? Now you're seeing that devil cover. The Jerry Ordway cover. This is number 1. Adam and Eve. That's number 2. You see it now, right, Margo? It's just your avatar, but we can hear you talking about comics. Yeah, but I want you to be able to see what I'm seeing. You can see it now, right? Much better. Okay. All right. I thought so. All right. So then, they didn't do Jerry Ordway on number 3 here. I'm not sure who this artist was, but the very underground, I guess you could say, very independent, creating a comics explosion. BAM Productions. Black cover here, number 4, black sensitive cover. Robot cover. There you go. Fight with the Tree. Number 5. These look hand colored like they're markers or Number 6 here. These are ones you don't see out in the wild very often. Probably never in the UK. There's the Boogeyman, was a backup feature. Number 7. 2 copies. Number 8 there, Dragon cover. Going up against a helicopter. Another copy of that. There's number 9. I get multiples of these because they're low print run. Powers anniversary special. I always like this one where she's so tiny. She's in the socket. electrical socket. That's pretty cool. Come out from Icon. Some of these are homage covers, like this might be X-Files. I don't know. Michael Vendis did this. I have one of the collected editions of this. This is Clockwork Orange homage. That's Blade Runner homage. Powers was pretty cool. The Holy Terror #1. And that's from Image. Oh, I love Scrog from Crystal Comics. Yip Yip Yay special. I got on these. Look, that's Scrog. A lot of fun. A lot of read. I mean, good read. You know, I loved it. Dark Horse Maverick 2000. I love the Tree Frog. You know, always. I you know, Paul Chadwick that created Concrete here. I said, oh man, you know, that's the type of character I would create. No notes characters, you know. This is cool. Madman. Just take a look at this work like he's in an art gallery. Different images. Looking very Clint Eastwood there. Madman, the character. Just taken from things. All red, you know. Here's Action Comics #1. I mean, just different things that he's done, and he's kind of did a collage cover here of past stuff. This is a Pop Comics, his own brand, all red, that created Madman. A few more, and see, he worked the same piece into this cover as well, like she's trying to steal it. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Now look at this, Frost. Mature audiences, caliber, and what I mean, look at this cover. He shoots. There's an explosion. And where's the explosion? Right there around Caliber. That brings you right, you know, your eye right there to who did it, you know. Kevin Van Hook did this in '89. Plus introduction by fan favorite Stephen Bissett, who did Swamp Thing and other things. Futuristic, because that's a futuristic gun rifle for sure. The credits there. Black sensitive cover, and look at the condition, brand spanking new. If there was anything wrong with that, I got stuff like this. I mean, it's old school. If you look, it's probably like colored pencil done. I just love the old, you know, but very nice. I mean, you know, the grass, the inking, you know, around. But hard to, you know, there's a Retro Powers. Blue Streak. This is a Neil Adams cover, believe it or not. See there, Neil Adams. That wild that he would do that. Prime 8. Kind of like Prime 8, right? Prime 8 creation. Isn't that wild? Daring Comics. I mean, this has a pulp feel to it. #2 here. July, August 1993. Black sensitive cover. Check the chat. Much better. Okay. Daring Comics the B cover. The B cover to #3. A cover would be the main cover. 1993 here. PVB. Some of this stuff this is I don't know if you could call this Fantastic Four #1. It says after Kirby, so I guess maybe Fantastic Four #1 homage or tribute cover. Crimson Letters, an original Adventures one shot. That was from Adventure Comics #1, black sensitive cover. Look at it, looks brand spanking new, man. Look at the hands in silhouette there, done in 1990. Planet of the Apes, Orchakras, or whatever, Folly, whatever. It was a 3 of 4. There's another one. I think on some of these, this right here might be, is it signed down there? If it is, it's out of focus, but I think it's signed down there. I know that Planet of Apes, that Mike Plug did some of those. Maybe not on this series. Book 1, Adventure Comics. Well, I mean, it says Book 1, number 3. Adventure Comics came out with these, though. Adventure Comics. Yeah. Cyber 7. That's neat that he's coming through the rock or whatever material that is. This was Eclipse International, as you see, and so it dealt with the Japanese story here, number 5 character. Primal. Look at this. Clive Barker. Clive Barker's the one that had the Hellraisers, you know. Dark Horse Comics. 2 of 2. So there was only 2 primals come out. I like this because I like that creature. I just like the split paneling, Wildstorm, Gears of War, Prototype, and Resistance. 3 stories there. Free convention exclusive. So this was given out at a convention by Wildstorm in 2009. Dan Dare. I know you'll know Dan Dare, Margot, because Dan Dare is big in the UK. Virgin Comics. Garth Ennis writing Dan Dare. That was a free comic book day. Often that blank square there would be printed, 2007, would be printed with the comic book shop's name on it. Kamikaze. Die Kamikaze. Dynamic premiere issue, number 1, Now Comics. Now Comics. Speed Racer preview inside. They also did Speed Racer. There's another Kamikaze. 5 of 6. Oh, looks like, yeah, this is a spinoff of, what's the group's name? Oh, I can't remember. Yes, that's me yawning. Now, this one's a real interesting one. Let me check the chat. All right, this is a real interesting one. Look at that. Introduction by Todd McFarlane. It's the Renegade, number 1. Whatever the company name is or whatever. S Production. I don't know. But it has Night Stalker. Night Stalker with Renegade, this character. Todd McFarlane introduction. Here's another Renegade. These are mature readers. Ripoff Press did this one. Interesting looking character. Raven Chronicles, Caliber Comics. Man with no face. The Dark. This is Continuum Comics. Okay, number 4. This looks like a George Perez cover to me. Isn't that wild? Dark. Here's Dark the Dark, number 3. Very nice cover. Not sure. Let's see who did that. Mark Bright, maybe, with Mark Farmer. I'm not sure on the inks. Here's Dark Horse Presents, an early one, number 8, 1987 Kirby Award nominee with Concrete, Roma, and all the characters there. Not sure if that's Paul Chadwick doing the artwork on that, or if that's almost looks like something Mike Mignola would do. Probably Chadwick, though. Very nice. It was an anthology book. Deadly Duo. There's your lizard representation, Lorenzo. That is the Deadly Duo. Bart Sears usually did that. Oh, that's Adam Smith cover. Or maybe I was thinking Adam Smith because their styles look similar. Adam Smith cover there, a Deadly Duo. Puma Blues, number 11, black sensitive cover. Look at that. Looks brand new, doesn't it? Now, this has got to be caution adult reading. First sensational issue from Buccaneer. Mercer Harris. Obscure, hard to find. He's called Blade. Seems like to me there was a vampire hunter from Marvel called Blade, huh? I can't remember the Dan Dare, but my brother read the Dandy and the Beano. Despite Dan and the Bash Street Kids were my favorite. But you probably never seen a copy of this, and most American comic book collectors haven't either. I go for some obscure stuff. Here's Aliens, free comic book day one. Nice. Here's King Kong going up on Monster Island, Burnout, and Jungle of the Giants. King Kong sort of Dark Horse Presents, number 47. Who's the artist to this? I should know. I'm thinking Stephen Bissett, believe it or not. Maybe not. I mean, this is obscure. A lot of these here, I think I got at Mile High Comics. They're the only ones that have they buy collection, as these comic shops and go under. Megaton Comics, sort of Image Comics came out of Megaton Comics. Ram, number 2. Ram is the character, the pink character there, being knocked down. Talk about low print run and indie. Pirate Corpse, this is interesting. By Eternity Comics. Be alert, look, remember, report. Number 1, Pirate Corpse from Eternity. Interesting looking characters, huh? Interesting little team here. Pirate Corpse with sort of a checker top cover. Number 2. Runaway! Runaway! It looks like a fun read. Look at the little crab guy or whatever with the gun. Whatever that is. Isn't that cool? Dartman. Bet you never seen this. Northeastern Publishing, rather. Dartman. Talk about 1990. Talk about rare and obscure. It doesn't even have an issue number on it. Bet there was only one. Reichchild. Now that's interesting. Look at the boobies on her. And that's the way these were done. And that's Adolf Hitler, believe it or not. Reichchild, number 2. Who did this? Forever Press. And Redeemers. That's Antarctic Press from 1997. They're still in business. Lorenzo Sleestacks had some people. I remember Red Fox. No, not from Sanford and Son. Number 14, Red Fox. That was kind of an independent. That was mermaid cover there. Ratman 2000. The apparent. Look at that price on that. From Slave Labor Graphics. $7.95. Woo. $10.50 in Canada. Doing a little Batman, but Ratman, 64 pages of cover to cover Rat Mania. Moon is made out of cheese. How about this? Dark Horse presents Mr. Painter. 103 Dark Horse presents. Not exclusive, never before seen Jack Kirby centerfold. Well, that's worth the price of admission. Look at this. It's done like an old DC annual, number 32 of Dark Horse Presents annual. 64 pages with all these stories in there. Concrete. Death Storm. Death Storm. Legacy of Death Productions. Wow. Okay. The claws on that hand, or the musculature. Death Storm. Some of that 90s goodness, I guess. Death World. 4 of 4. Classic science fiction adventure from the creator of the Stainless Steel Rat. Okay. Death World. Again, first issue. Harry Harrison. Adventure Comics. Right? Yep. Adventure Comics. Skull cover. Black sensitive cover. Here's a black sensitive cover. Looking brand new. Dark Horse Comics. Races Scorpions. Bad Luck. I haven't read these. I need to. Adam, I think I've read some Adam. Adam number 1, the Toy Man comics. Adam being the first man. That's cool. That's got to be an early example of that. Where to go for more Adam. I saw, if you want to see a review or sort of a read through, I haven't watched it yet, but it shows this cover. Most people don't know about Lance Kerrigan of the Galactic Legion. Love this cover, though. Ooh, look at that. Mike DiCarlo artwork. Well, no wonder I like it. Done by Quest Comics. There's another one. Continuing Saga. Has that old school vibe. They didn't come out with very many. Here's another one. Number 3. Very retro. Very retro. Alliance. This would be Jim Valentino. Well, yeah. Valentino, rather. Dan Davis on the inks. This was one of his teams they brought to Image. Alistair Arcane, skull cover. Steve Niles. I was unaware of him for a long time. He likes to write horror comics. And this has got that pulp feel, that old pulp feel. Look at this one. Black Web from Ink Comics. These are probably one and done, obscure books. This might be the only time that you ever see some of these, books, because they are rare, even over here in America. And you can pick them up for cheap. Pick them up while you can still find them. You know, Stellar Graphics, #2, 4-issue limited series of the Apex project. No ads. I'm gonna have to show this one to Apex Comics tonight. Here's another #1. No ads in it. 1989. Look at the body. Look at the body skewered there, on just attached in there. This is wild. Captain Spider, spelled a little different. Look at that. And that was a free preview book, but beautiful cover. Rare Breed #2. Chrysalis Studios Incorporated. Okay. And we're talking March 1996. These are definitely some 90s type books. You can tell by the style. Black sensitive cover here. These are ones that I actually saw, you know, on Mile High Comics and ordered from them. I'm pretty sure #1. There you go. Got a butterfly up there in the logo. Cool. This is Ron Friends cover. See there? Ron Friends. And De La Rosa on the inks. Very cool cover. Yeah. I actually read some of these, or read all these. Interesting. This is #22. I don't have very many of them. This is #21. I'm not sure who did the cover on that one. There's another one. 20. Casual Heroes. Steve Rude cover. If I ever talk to Steve Rude again, I'll have to ask him about this one. From Image. This guy looks like he's going to peel off his face. I don't know. Maybe it's the brow lines. Looks like he's going to just peel his head or take his head off and there'll be an alien or something. Renegade Rabbit. Printed Matter Comics presents Renegade Rabbit. The good and the bad and the furry. Clint Eastwood top cover, huh? That's appropriate for Easter, isn't it? I used to have 2 of these. I think I gave one to Elsie. Rescue Man #1 from Best Comics. Rescue Man. How about that? Now, this is Rich Buckler, believe it or not. Rich Buckler cover for this obscure Silverline. Oh, hell. I'll have to. Silverline Comics is rolling. I'll have to ask him about this. Shoot. Assassins Incorporated. That's mid 80s. I'm thinking about 85, 86. Silverline goes back a while. BC Ants. Free ant can instead of a ash can. It's hard to tell what's going on there. From Bad Press. Look at this one. #0, Big Monster, for fun for all ages. Fight. All stories complete. The big monster world smashing lead feature plus horror of the Jabberwocky. Wholesome something. One of the wildest comic covers you'll see, I guess. At least today. Fight. There was a Fight comic back in the called Fight, I believe, back in the 1940s. 32 pages. This has a very underground. It's published by Sirius. I've got some more Sirius stuff. The Darker Side of Happy-Go-Lucky Cartoonist. Has especially this logo here. This was the type of thing that Space Hawk artist, I'm trying to think of his name, would have done. The Seventh System. This is also done by Sirius, #1. There's a lot of difference in between something like this and something like that, done by the same company. Basil Wolvington. He did Plot magazine. Looks very much like Basil Wolvington. I'm sure Basil Wolvington was, and we're back to the front there. Let me pull up another file. That was file box number 55 in my collection. Short box. These are all short boxes I'm showing you. All right. Hopefully you can see that. Black sensitive cover. Avalon, issue 12. Like their costumes. It's kind of 70s. I'm sure this is a 80s book, though. Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. I think you can see that. All right, this is a Don Chin book. Parody Press, #3, Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters. This is one of the later ones. Look at that, Spider-Man. Huh. Parody, but it's a parody, so you can get away with it, you know. This is the early 90s when this came out. Here's reprint of some of the classic adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. The reason these exist is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what got Don Chin into comics. First collector's item. This is stuff 3D comics. That is by Blackthorn Publishing. I do own a original page from Werewolf #1, which might have been a one-shot done by Blackthorn. But this is 3D. You'd have 3D glasses with this on the inside. This is an interesting title. Ashley Dust from Night Press. Some days, do you wake up feeling like that? I hope not. But great visuals for a very, very troubled character. This is #2. Some kind of night icon up there. That wasn't on the other one. Look at the detailing. It's easy not to see this detailing and just kind of gloss over it. But there's a lot of detailing in this, you know. A lot of detailing. #1. Dinosaur cover. Look at the eyes. The eye stalks. I don't know what that's all about. Very cool, though. Very cool. Captain Savage. That's a Don Heck cover. #14. Gold, Silver Age. You know, 60s. Savage's first mission. That's cool. You get to see his first mission in that one. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Maybe John Severin cover, I'm thinking. Like this stylized Spider-Man. Look at those hands. Ramos cover. I like Ramos stuff. Although it's exaggerated, I like it. Just look at the detailing down in here. All the little people. Isn't that cool? It's a great thing about photographing these things. You can blow them up. You can look at the condition of your books and whatnot. And this is photographed in the, well, some of these may be in the raw, but now see the edge there. These are in the bags as long as you don't get glare on it. You know, works out pretty good to photograph with. Black sensitive cover. That's a good one. That's Adam Hughes cover, I believe. It's a nice one. Just look at the, I blow it up. The Ramitas. So both the Ramitas worked on it. I would say that's junior with probably senior's inks. First spectacular issue. But just look at the, looks like stone he's on. Always like the underwebbing under his arms. Steve Ditko brought that in, the creator, co-creator. Reprint of the first appearance of Punisher and on the cover, 129. The Marvel Milestone Edition, representing for the first time the Punisher. This one here was Lionsgate Films, not for resale. So it might have been sold with a, featuring the first appearance of the Punisher. Might have been come with a figure, a Marvel Legends figure or some type of figure. This is a John Byrne cover. Statue of Liberty cover too. There's Statue of Liberty. So I said earlier, that's John Byrne cover. I think that's a wraparound cover too. You can see here by the spine, whatever that is, wraparound cover. Number 1. It's a cool one. Black sensitive cover. Hate this dual numbering. It's number 37, I guess, in the second series, or number 478. J. Michael Straczynski writing it. John Romita Jr. doing the artwork on the inside. This was a neat cover. Double-sized flip magazine, so you flip it over and it'd have another cover on it. Marvel Comics presents sort of anthology book. Guess they're putting the artist names on there. Sam Keith cover, done in 1992. I've actually got a bunch of those. This is a Sam Keith cover, and you can see it's got Thanos up in the Ditko box, Ghost Rider, or the werewolf. I guess that's probably Werewolf by Night. And also Ghost Rider here. Look at those feet. Look at those knees. My gosh. It's Werewolf by Night, the werewolf. Another copy. Number 100. It's out of focus. That's Sam Keith cover. Another one of those. Black cover here. Excuse me. I actually have some of these listed. I believe this right here is probably nice cover, man. Very dramatic, lighting and everything. Steve Lytle. Sure about this one. Fry. Excuse me. Check the chat. Making dinner. Be back soon, but I will leave the stream playing. Thank you. Just check. Yeah, you may be the only one watching. 10 people from X. Maybe. Oh, well. This was kind of an impromptu stream. What do we got there? Bendis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is the price on that? $4.99. Kind of expensive, but I had to have it. There you go. Battlestar Galactica #2, direct edition. Probably with no barcode, so it's probably sold in a bagged collection or something. You know, there's one with the barcode, as you see, and it says still 35, only 35 cents up there. Switch over to here. It says 35 cents in a diamond. See, and no barcode. So a couple variants on that one. Here's another one with the diamond up there, #1, and that looks like a Dave Cockrum cover. No barcode on that one. I believe Klaus Janson probably did the inks on these. There's one with the barcode. I read this for a little while. Vertigo Indigo, #2 from Epic Comics. It's #1, 1984. Marvel Zombies. Gonna make sausage out of my favorite character. The Beast. Marvel Zombies 1 of 5 out of Dynamite. Say Dan. Sam Day. Say Damn cover. That did all those. With Ash there. The chainsaw. Love this cover. Not sure who did it. Astonishing Ant-Man. Love that new helmet too. That new look. Astonishing Ant-Man. This is 3 or 4 of Double Shot. Looks like it might be a Bob Larkin cover. There you go. The Red Ghost and the Super Apes. #83. Didn't like the new jazzed up, you know. This wasn't his original outfit. The orangutan here had magnetic powers, and the gorilla had superpowers. And I don't see the baboon. There was a baboon. Red Ghost can turn intangible. And the race to the moon, the story, his first appearance in that, where you hear the story. This is one of the first comics I ever bought. Invincible Iron Man #88. What number was this? 83. So that's, might have been collecting then, but very early here. Brothers Grimm. Gil Kane cover. 94. 96 here. Who did that? Al Milgrom and Jack Abel. Okay. Al Milgram's done so many covers. It's unbelievable. Wolverine, also Iron Fist in this. 134 Marvel Comics presents. McNeil cover, 1993. That's nice, but you can't read it. Who's that? Major Victory. Got a bunch of these. This is store stock. That's Bergen, whatever. Looks a lot like Mike Mignola. Black sensitive cover. Easily to get messed up. Usually these were flip books and had two covers on them. Black sensitive cover here. Hawkeye. That one too, really. This wonderful Wolverine painting. Wolverine being 50 years. 50 years old. This is Barry Windsor Smith. This was the first cover he had done in many years, believe it or not. I remember seeing this. Great smoking cigar. I had to have it when it came out. Marvel Fanfare number 50. To Johnny from your best friend, Al Benjamin. Jack Kirby's persona in a character, I think. All right, just checking that. Marvel Spotlight. Back in Black. Steve Ditko's Spider-Man, An Appreciation. Like this Spidey reading of Amphibian Fantasy, Frogman. Eating a burger, ketchup everywhere. Spider-Man Tangled Web. Spider-Man's Tangled Web, number 20. I was a teenage frogman. Okay. He's had pretty good covers. There's Still Man, The Matador. I don't know about those two. Vulture and Mr. Hyde, Boomerang, Whirlwind. Definitely has a more indie look. I mean, for Marvel on the coloring there. There you go. Marvel Team Up. Early 1979. Early Nightcrawler sort of venturing outside of the X-Men book. Nightcrawler's head done by his creator here, Dave Cockrum. But this is a Rich Buckler and Joseph Rubinstein cover. Here you go, Todd McFarlane, 305, one of the early Amazing Spider-Mans he did. I must have two copies because I've got one of these down here of this. Action Comics number 1. Homage cover, tribute cover, Amazing Spider-Man 306, another Todd McFarlane cover. I love Taskmaster as a character. 308, another Who Kidnapped Mary Jane. On sale now twice a month. Todd McFarlane cover, another Todd McFarlane cover here. Going up against Strike. This one's not in that great a shape, but I'm just glad to have a copy again. I did buy all these when they came out. Here's an earlier one with Fool Killer from 1981, or 225. I believe this is a John Romita Jr. cover. Some of his earlier stuff. Here's the baboon from the Red Ghost and his Super Apes. Again, the strong gorilla, the magnetic orangutan, and you had the shape shifting, could turn into a gun, a machine gun, all kinds of stuff. Baboon. How he knew how to do that, I don't know. Key issue here, or Well, I don't know about a key issue. It's one that I enjoyed. I missed this when it came out. John Byrne, Amazing Spider-Man. All I did was the cover, though. The cover might be the best part of it. I don't know. I can't remember the story, but nice to see some John Byrne. This is the first appearance of Iron Man in 2020. Remember reading that? 1986 annual, number 20. Black costume. It's a UK book, Marvel Comics UK. Cyberspace 3000. The first one had a glow in the dark cover. Going against Galactus there, I guess in the future. I guess this was set in the future. This is number 2. Hopefully we'll get to see number 1. No, maybe somewhere in this box. Wizard Zero issue. That came probably with Wizard Magazine. So promo. There you go. Falcon, number 71. What year? We got a month. 1978. Don't have a month. That's unusual not to have a month. Not that unusual. But this was a linked up cover. I think World War Hulks, number 2. Spider-Man versus Thor. Thor would have been on the other cover, I think. 2 of 3. I think they were all linked. Oh, no, 2 of 2. I think they were both linked up. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, a later issue, 121. Newsstand. Better take a look at this. Got a copyright, trademark. Let's see what year, but I bet you this is a later issue. After 1980, so probably less than 10% of the run. Legion of the Night, very nice cover. Some of the Image guys doing that. Saw Andy Smith. Look at the Ditko box up there, or whatever, skull, rocket ship, planet, and stars. Cool. Weird Wonder Tales number 2. This is a Gil Kane cover. Saw him kind of talking about that. He's been featuring Gil Kane covers on Twitter. Weird Wonder Tales, I think it was number 14. I'm not sure. Was the only comic my brother ever bought me. I was kidnapped by a flying saucer. Let's check in the chat there for a second. There we go. Rich Buckler cover. Atlas, the short-lived Atlas comics. This might have been... none of the titles went past 4 issues. This is probably the last issue of this, number 3. Some of them didn't even make it to 4 issues. Rich Buckler cover, though. Epic origin story. At least they got the origin of the man or monster. Man-monster. My laser gun, it didn't kill him. Instead, he's changing into what? Yeah. Great stuff. Fred Hembex destroys the universe. I remember that. The Ditko box up there. All X eyes and tongues hanging out. For Marvel Universe. Dazzler in her old costume. Split covers. Kazar and Doctor Doom. That always seemed like a, wild mix up here. I guess it's a movie shot here. Secret Invasion. Ooh, the Skrulls. He loves you. This is after they killed Captain America and sort of the Winter Soldier. Bucky took over. This is Captain America 600. Red Skull there. I forget this character's name up here. But Alex Ross cover. Always like Union Jack. There's Union Jack back there. Nick Fury. And Black Widow. This would have been Sharon Carter there. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Of course, the Falcon. Believe this is considered the first appearance of Cable, although it's a second print. Like Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane on the inks. How do I know it's second print? It's got a gold background, gold ink background. That's second printing. I have about 3 of those. I think we saw a couple of them the other day. Cat, there was only 4 issues, so this is the John Romita Sr. cover here. The Cat later became known as Hellcat, and this character that was played the Cat that had the suit that gave her the powers or whatever became Tiger. Last issue there. Here's number 3. Early 70s here. There he's going up against the Owl. All these are John Romita, I believe. Senior, number 1, 20 centers. Before I started collecting, although when I started reading, this is an Adam Kubert cover of Captain America, number 28, one of his different series. Never did like this look for Captain America. He doesn't need all that. But it was the 90s. What can you say? It was the 90s. Even Falcon got a different costume that didn't work as well. Coloring's too dark. Don't like this logo. Really? Look at the boots. Nah. Really? Nah, not really. Although I do like Dave Hoover. He did some good things earlier than this, I think. This is kind of neat with MODOK's face so big there. Star Spangled Avenger 1995, number 441. Later issues of Captain America. Hoover did a series that I thought was pretty cool of the Invaders. Annual, number 13 from 1994. I believe this was Toy Line Skeleton Warriors, based on the animated series. Okay, Bone Smashing first issue. Hellraiser Nightbreed Jihad from the Worlds of Clive Barker. Book 2 of 2. $4.50 from Epic Comics, so more expensive. Me buying out the comic shop, I get stuff like this. I would never have bought this stuff for myself. So I have both of them, 1 and 2. Very creeper-like character here. That was in Clandestine, number 2. This is an Alan Davis cover. Creeper, of course, being a Steve Ditko character. That's not the Creeper, but John Romita Sr. No, I'm sorry. This is John Buscema cover, I believe. Number 1, man called Nova. Maybe his first appearance there, I guess. Maybe. Alpha Flight Annual, number 1. Giant size. See, can't tell who did the cover. Don't recognize the style. Another Not Brand Eck, number 13, 1969. I mean, that's black sensitive cover, man. It looks top notch shape. What do they say? Good shape? Good? Okay. A little breakage. I mean, yeah, maybe it's a good, but it's a good. It's real good. I loved Superhero Squad online. Just 50 cents, one shot. Sort of promo you pick up. 3D rendered. Son of Satan, number 13. Marvel Spotlight. Romita Sr. cover. John Romita Sr. Another issue, the same thing. 6 pence, though. This is the British edition. I've got a couple British here. Here's the American edition, number 14. I believe the next one. No, number 22. We skipped to 22. That's cool where he's got a doppelganger, a negative. I'm going to have to incorporate that. Satana, also on this, which is Satan's daughter, supposed to be. Ghost Rider made his first appearance in Marvel Spotlight. So it's kind of neat that he's in this issue. Number 1 of Son of Satan. I avoided these because it was Gil Kane. I've went back and collected them now, but my Christian beliefs, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna. Number 2 here, Son of Satan. Number 3, all Gil Kane covers. This isn't. Yeah, it is. That's Gil Kane cover too. Number 4. Different inkers can throw you off. Ron Wilson and Joe Sennett. Number 5, Gil Kane cover here. Number 6. Another Gil Kane cover. Number 7. Number 8. This looks like Ernie Chan, maybe. Maybe Gil Kane with Ernie. It's Gil Kane probably with Ernie Chan inks over it. There's it. Dial H for Hero. They're here. Superheroes, heroines, and villains created by you. I actually submitted. This was the very first one. Adventure Comics. Adventure Comics $4.79. Dial H for Hero was the last. It was still going from $4.79, a few issues till I think $4.80. Let's see, $4.92, $4.93 might have been the first digest, something like that. And then the rest were digest comics to $5.03, and then they canceled it, which was crazy. Carmen Infantino cover. Here you see all the fan mail with the submissions. Apparently they gotten submissions, from fans with characters. So they decided to bring back Dial H for Hero, which was in House of Mystery back in the 60s. Tim Aparo, Black Manta, and Ocean Master. Extra Aqualad and Aqua Girl. I didn't even know there was an Aqua Girl. DC Superstars, number 7. One of the first comics I ever bought was the DC Superstars. Number 2, I believe, at TGNY. The Dick Giordano Riddler cover here. Batman number 317. Batman and Karate Kid team up. He's doing my Paro cover again. On Brave and the Bold, 198. It only ran 200 issues. So this is next to the next last issue. Hope I said that right. This is Joe Kubert cover. A lot going on in that. Like that sleek looking Batman there. Very simply done. 8-page bonus story. Batman faces a mystery from Commissioner Gordon's past. Ooh, boom, 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 boom. A court found me not guilty of murder, but I did kill the victim, and you'll never prove it, Batman. Okay. Double Jeopardy, a novel-length thriller. Unexpected. This is the first issue where the title was not called The Tales of Unexpected. I have the last Tales of Unexpected, issue 104. That's a Neil Adams cover. This is the title change issue 105, The Unexpected. So this is the first one with this title where it's not called Tales of Unexpected, but just Unexpected. Nice cover. Robot cover here, being stomped into the ground. That's Ernie Chan cover, if I remember right. Meet the Metal Menace who crushes the Man of Steel Junkman. Not a likely story. Green Arrow and the Atom swooping to 1976, because you got the DC logo in the middle. They only did that during the bicentennial year. I always like this one. And I like the red and blue Superman too. Blue had lightning powers, and I'm not sure about the red one. There's the red one. Tried to go back and collect these, the ones I didn't have. This one here is a Action Comics number 646. It is a George Perez cover. If you doubt me, there's his signature. I believe I probably got these, missed this sort of Velen group that was interesting to me. I think I got some of these from Mile High Comics over eBay back in the day, a few years back. Interesting. Action Comics, $7.99, 2003. Getting ready to hit 800 issues. 804 here. I like this. Kind of cartoony retro look. Look at that. Bullock. Bullock was doing these covers. Don't know exactly who Bullock is, but has that Hiroshima, of course, raising the flag on Hiroshima. Very cool. Turning the logo there sideways. Adam Kubert cover. Very textured. Very cool. Geoff Johns wrote that. Of course, the new DC logos come in at this time. Right there. Lasted for a short period of time, I guess. I don't know how. There was one before it that lasted kind of short. 8/44, December 2006. Another nice cover by Adam Kubert. His father did stuff like this too on like tan paper with chalk and things before his death. He probably picked that up from his father. Crisis of Faith. There's always a crisis going on. Black cover here. Black sensitive cover. Some of the 850. See, I should get that graded. Get another copy that's all beat up to read. Look at this one. Yeah. Green Gorilla cover. Not very many green gorillas out there. This was kind of confusing. $1 issue. Gary Frank. Didn't Gary Frank do Hulk? Kind of looks like Frank Quietly art to me, to a certain extent. A few others. And we're back to Avalon here. I think you missed, wasn't showing some of these. Go through these real quick. There's the radioactive black belt hamster. I think I missed out on these. These are Don Chen books from the early 90s. I'd have seen some of those. It might have been in some. I won't go back and let's see. Caleb, woo! Hey, whoa. 6480. Oh. All right, let's see. My pictures. And what box was that? I should have took a look. Let's go back. 56. All right. Let's try 57. All right. I think you can see this. Justice League Unlimited #3. As seen on Cartoon Network. Nice Atom cover. The Tiny Terrors of the Watchtower. Justice League of America Annual from 1995. Extreme Justice #1. The End of the Justice League, part 2 of 4. So this is nearing the end of this issue 259. So I guess it ended at 261, maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know. That's Gypsy, the character Gypsy. Calypso. Yeah. Yeah. Go look at these barcodes on these things, though. What you think is a worthless comic could be low print. Could be, some newer ones here. No one does comics like Kevin McGuire. Just humor wise. I like some of that stuff, and then again, some of it I don't. I mean, it's okay. Alan Davis cover here. The blue Superman there. It's got the lightning powers. Alan Davis cover there. Genesis. Did he do? John Byrne wrote it. Ron Wagner, Joe Rubenstein on the insides, but this is Alan Davis cover. Am I right? And Mark Farmer on the inks. Same thing here. #1. Ron Lim and Terry Austin on the inks here. Hawkman #23 with Warrior. Warrior, come out to play. Black Condor. Of course, Black Condor, the character was bought out. Lieber on the inks. That must be Stan Lee's brother, maybe. I'm not sure. Wagner. 1995. Black sensitive cover. Black Condor was a Fawcett character. They bought all the Fawcett characters out back in the 50s. Brought them back in the early 70s. Plastic Man enfolding that girl. Art Adams cover on all these. Scary JLA, Scary Monster, 6 of 6, so last issue here. Mr. Miracle. Grant Morrison doing the writing on this. Christmas with the Superheroes. Special number 2, a little thicker issue. Like the retro Batman. Plastic Man. Always like Plastic Man stuff. Deathstroke. Hawkman. Those wings, man. Not sure who did that cover. Very 90s. Starman. Number 1. What year was that? 94. Blue Beetle, number 3. 4. 5 with Phantom Stranger. 6. 7. John Byrne cover here on the Demon with Spectre pulling him apart. Stretch Armstrong. Day of Vengeance tie-in. Pretty sure this is John Byrne cover. Yeah. Martian Manhunter. An older Martian Manhunter. New format, prestige format. Some of these books got, issue 4-issue miniseries. They should have never been made. I don't know, man. You don't see that very much. Very cartoony. With stars around them. Really? Okay. All right. Well, all right. I always thought this was a pretty neat cover. DC Holiday Bash. Let's see. Oh, got Miss Catwoman, got mistletoe hanging over Green Lantern. Looks like he doesn't mind whatsoever. Dan Jurgens cover. He also did the writing on that. Gil Kane, Insides, and Rubenstein. Got a bunch of these. 102 is Superman. This is store stock that I got at the store. John Byrne cover here. Got a bunch of these. There's another one. Newsstand. You can see the barcode. I got a year on these. 1987. 87. This is the one you want to have, is the Newsstand. 1987. This would have been about 38% of the run. Look at the color change. There might be a certain slight. This is the direct, see? A little lighter in color if you look at the costume. Look at the red. Not much. Newsstand. What year? 1992. So, Newsstand, this is about 10% of the run. This is the one you want. I think this is... looks very Michael Golden to me, but it's probably not Michael Golden. All right, John Byrne cover here, Secret Origins Annual from 1987. Mike Mignola cover here. Superman, Man of Steel, Elseworlds, number 3. John Bolland, British artist. Very nice. Showcase number 93. What they would do is they would do like showcase 90, showcase 89. I think they started about 89, 89, 90, 92, 93, and they would run one of 12 issues, right? One, it was a monthly. A lot of them weren't the best. Ran it like an anthology. We got Flash, Catwoman, and Blue Devil. I like the Blue Devil. See, 3 of 12. And then once it reached a new year, they would just say showcase 94, 95, 96. They didn't sell that route, but some of those are low print, believe me. Oh, I forget who this is that did the artwork on this. Looks like Bill Sienkiewicz. It may be Bill Sienkiewicz with, somebody inking it. Let's see. Yeah, Grindenberg, whatever. He looks very Neil Adams. Skyman. That's a Fawcett character, I believe, that they bought out. Roy Thomas there writing. Both those. Flash and the Star Spangled Kid. Stripesy there off to the right. The original Flash with the Mercury helmet. Very interesting. Joe Kubert cover. Probably 1977. Somewhere around there. All-Star Comics. I like these that they came out with in 99. They looked very retro. I like those. Thrilling Comics. Where they just had the art down here, and then they usually had Johnson covers, and then the great logos sort of split. Very cool. They also made some promo prints of these covers that I have. I don't know if I have them all, but I think I do. I wouldn't have been collecting around this time if I'd seen these. These might have kept me in the comics for a little bit. Very cool. 1 of 8. JSA All-Stars number 1. I forget the artist's name that did the inserts there, the characters. 2 copies of that. Love this with the retro art behind, the Golden Age art behind the newer artist. 2 copies of that. Dr. Fate. 2 copies of that. This is Stargirl's key issue here, number 4 from October 2023. Stargirl's first appearance in comics, I believe. Early appearance. Might be her first appearance. I think it is. I could be wrong about that. DC and Marvel teaming up. Amalgamated mashup Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Speed Demon. The Demon Etrigan from DC Comics. And I guess Ghost Rider. I'm not sure. Steve Rude cover here. Number 3. I think there were only 3 issues. Us painted cover. 2 issues. There's 1. 2 issues. 2 issues of that, number 1. So we got 2 sets there. Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate. Doctor Strange Fate. Another Bruce Wayne. Got some of these through the store stock. Tangent was at Sea Devils, 1997. Dave Gibbons cover, I believe, on this. G for Gibbons. Scott McDaniel on this cover. Love Scott McDaniel stuff. Another Speed Demon. Bullets and Bracelets. All the amalgamated stuff. Tom Grummett cover here where the cement's being poured on Robin. Mike Zeck did some of these covers. Tom Isle, who created Scarlet Spiders doing the interiors, Chuck Dixon wrote it. I believe that's Mike Zeck cover there. This is always so pretty cool. Animal Man there, 2003, Hawkman. Just a nice painting. Marvel Legends, not Marvel Legends, Legends of the DC Universe, number 4. It might be Steve Rude cover, to tell you the truth. Don't see his signature, but it looks like Steve Rude. These had some nice covers. Number 3. Number 2. Stopping the Train. Very classic. Number 7 here. Oh, Green Arrow. Very cool. I like that they make it look like a mask, on his face from the side, whatever. More realistic. Very cool. These are nice. Nice covers. Mike Kaluta cover here. Trigon there. Father Raven. Kid Flash and Raven were an item in the new Teen Titans. This is a Steve Rude cover. Isn't that cool? Definitely worth collecting just for the dope covers that they did. The Joker and Aquaman. What a team up, huh? Nice. I had to take a guess. That's probably Alex Ross cover. Definitely. Gil Kane and Klaus Janson, Stephen Grant doing the writing. Nice black cover here, Spectre. Hard to get in this shape, even in the year 2000, unless you took care of it. Cool Green Lantern. That's Stanley and his monster. That goes all the way back to the 60s. This is a glow in the dark. You can see the little sand. It's got a skeleton. You can see the ribs and stuff. And the crowd, see there, it's all glow in the dark material. When you turn the lights out, let's see. Tom Mandrake did the cover. And skeletons are superimposed on the back. 1993. Back people there and the Spectre become skeletons. It's cool. Thriller. Trevor Von Eaton. We don't talk about him much, but he was a hot item in the early 80s. He'd been at it a while too. He goes all the way back to the mid to early 70s, I know. Auslander. Number 75. Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. Fighting in Vegas. GOG. This was around the time that you know, when they did the Kingdom Come GOG, I went back, got this stuff, but I looked at it in 1998. This is about when I was starting to become disenchanted. Jerry Ordway, Mark Waid doing the Janky. Janky did some of the Superman books over Bogdanovich's Omega Men, #4. This artist kind of took over. Like this character back there always did with the eyes and just the aliens. She turned out to be a reptilian backstabbing little thing in the Omega Men, politically vying for power. That was a short box, literally a short box. Apex Comics in the house, Shadowhawk as well. Good to see you. Boy's gone round the bend, confirmed. Yeah. Gable Penny shot in here. Sent out the link for tonight's Apex After Dark Easter show. Cool. Yeah. Streaming so much. Is that it? You know, share some of my collection with you. Let's see. That was box 57. So I had to pick up with 58. Make a note of that. At some point. Take a break here. Of course, the 4 o'clock shadow coming up in about an hour and a half. My pictures, I'll just bring up 58 right now, get it prepped. Ooh, Garcia Lopez, Action Comics. I'm not going to show you. Anyway, keep collecting, and we'll see in a bit for the 4 o'clock shadow. Maybe we'll take a look at some more of my collection and talk about it. I need to find that book so I can mail it off to that guy. And I'm having fun kind of going through this and seeing what's what. If I see something I'd really like to sell, I might pull it. Save some of these comics for tonight. Oh, believe me, out of 30,000, I've got enough. I can show some of these on your show if you want me to. I won't go through all these short boxes. I have over 250 of them, 260. And I haven't got everything photographed. I've got most of it photographed, though. All right, crew. We'll see you in a bit. Loves you. We love you. Keep collecting.